Former interim DNC chair Donna Brazile is continuing her media tour, and in the process, she is making a complete fool of herself. Now, I'm saying this because she yet again decided to contradict herself. So in her interview on The Daily Show, she said, "Baby, I ain't got nothing," in response to the allegation that she leaked a town hall question to Hillary Clinton. Now, she then admitted that she leaked a town hall question to Hillary Clinton in an op-ed for Time, and she stated, quote, "I will forever regret giving Hillary Clinton an email in advance." And now on Sirius Satellite XM Radio, she is claiming that the authenticity of those emails are bogus. So at first, she contends that she didn't give Hillary Clinton a question in advance of a town hall. Then she claims she did, and she regrets it. And now she's claiming that, maybe those emails, maybe they're bogus, and I didn't actually give her a question in advance. She doesn't realize that she's making herself look like a complete crazy person. However, what's actually sad is that wasn't even the worst part. The contradiction wasn't even the worst part of the clip that I'm about to show you. So let's watch.
I have never fought a Russian military intelligence unit. And anyone who has ever been involved in politics knows that you go up against opponents. Sometimes they're Democratic because you're a Democrat and it's a primary. Sometimes it's Republican because it's a general election. But how many of you have ever experienced cyber warfare, cyber espionage? How many of you understand what a disinformation campaign? How many of you understand that when emails are sent and they're out of context and you just have content, how they can be weaponized to sow discard? Well, I can tell you so much about cyber warfare. The intended victim was not the men and women who work at the Democratic National Committee. The intended victim was Hillary Clinton, who was running for president of the United States. And the rest of us, me included, we're collateral damage. And how do you come to understand what that means in the context of what we call a modern cyber warfare? Well, I have that experience now, and it's an experience that I hope to help others understand, because if this is the modern warfare that we all have to participate in, we all better get ready for it. And I'm grateful for those who stood by us and understood that it was warfare. I mean, for months, with the exception of the women sitting here and Tina, who's not here, but she's always with us in spirit. I mean, you would have thought I was crazy. I mean, when I would call Mignon, God bless her, and she didn't hang up on me, I had people who really thought I was going crazy. In fact, Zerlina, I stopped going on TV because everybody started saying, well, how do you know they're Russian? Well, God damn it, I know the difference between America and something that's foreign. And ain't nobody ever cussed me out in those kind of words, because I don't even understand those words, because I can cuss you back. This was a massive campaign. And when you see people like former Vice President Dick Cheney. I've never agreed with Dick Cheney in my entire life. Yeah. But when he said this was an act of war, I have to agree with the former Vice President. It was an act of war. And we better understand the ramifications. Because if they can take down a woman of stature like Hillary Clinton with bogus stuff, and then you have to disprove the negative to make it somehow or another truthful. You cannot. And when the national media, and listen to me, my friends, when the national media is complicit also, and carrying on the fake narrative, the fake emails, the spoofing.
So I don't even know where to begin with that, because Donna, lately, she's said so many incoherent things that I'm beginning to question her sanity. Literally. Like, I'm beginning to question if she's grounded in reality, because what she's saying is really strange. She said here, she talks about the release of the DNC emails as, quote, cyber warfare, and asks how many people understand a disinformation campaign. I do, because that's what you guys did to Bernie Sanders. You waged a disinformation campaign against him. You tried to smear him as an atheist in the South. You tried to create narratives that, his campaign, he just couldn't get his act together, which is why they lost, not because the DNC rigged the primaries. This is what was found out in those emails. So yeah, we absolutely know about a disinformation campaign. And trust me, we all know that you know about it too, not because you were subject to a disinformation campaign, because up until this point, you never doubted the authenticity of these emails. But now that you're claiming that they're bogus, all of a sudden it's a disinformation campaign. Well, you claim that you regret doing something that you were exposed doing in these emails. So if these emails are authentic, then that's not a disinformation campaign. That's just exposing the truth about you and the DNC and what you did to sabotage Bernie Sanders' campaign, Donna. Now, up until this point, she's maintained that she's the real victim. You know, her emails were stolen. People are taking her emails out of context and whatnot, and she's the victim. However, now she's saying the real victim is actually Hillary Clinton, because I was just collateral damage. Yes, a powerful oligarch that had a major party organization trying to destroy her opponents for her, who also had multiple mainstream media pundits doing propaganda for her, was the real victim. So you should feel sorry for her, not Bernie Sanders, who was screwed over by the DNC's bias. You're not the victim. Bernie Sanders was revealed as the victim because you were violating your own charter to sabotage Bernie Sanders. Why do you think that you can cultivate sympathy after you were exposed as doing something bad? We don't feel sorry for you. You should feel sorry for the voters who you screwed over. You should feel embarrassed. So according to Donna Brazile, it's not the criminal who's guilty for doing the crime in the first place. It's whether or not the witness ratted them out. Or maybe it's the case that you're just mad that you got caught defrauding your own base, sabotaging a candidate in a primary that you claimed was fair. That's what happened, Donna. You are not the victim here. You are the criminal here because you were the one who violated the DNC's own charter. And if it's the case that Russia did, in fact, meddle in the election, well, then what they revealed that tipped the scales in favor of Donald Trump against Hillary Clinton, well, apparently that must have been bad, right? So that implies there, by saying Russia rigged the election, by saying they meddled in U.S. affairs, you're inadvertently admitting that you did do something wrong, because how would they sow discord unless you were guilty? We weren't making this up. These emails aren't fake because you claimed that you will forever regret doing what these emails exposed you of doing. But now all of a sudden they're bogus. Now, she also said that the Russians took down Hillary Clinton with bogus stuff and claimed that the media was complicit. So that was where we got to the contradiction, where after saying, you know, I will forever regret giving Hillary Clinton a question in advance of a town hall, she's now saying that the Russians took down Hillary Clinton with bogus stuff. So why did you admit that you lied? Why did you say you will forever regret giving Hillary Clinton a question in advance of a town hall if everything that they released was bogus? Because you're now calling the authenticity of everything that was released into question. So you can't get your story straight, Donna. And furthermore, she talks about the media. She calls out the media because they were complicit. Donna, what world are you living in? Because if I'm remembering correctly, maybe I'm the only one who recalls, but CNN, the Clinton News Network, was literally trying to discourage people from looking at these emails.
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
So even though Donna Brazile is going on this media tour to repair her broken public image, just know that we all will remember the fact that you were fired from CNN because you demonstrated unethical journalistic behavior, and you also worked in tandem with the DNC to sabotage the campaign of Bernie Sanders. So you don't get to play the victim, you're a liar, and you keep contradicting yourself more and more. Every time you speak, there's a new contradiction. Every time you speak, you go on another incoherent tirade. Donna, you are making yourself look like a crazy person, so if you really want to repair your public image, the best thing you can do is go away so that we all forget about what a horrible, crazy person you really are.
Support this podcast by joining the independent progressive media revolution today at humanistreport.com.